Okay, so I've noticed as I've gotten older, and I don't think this is like a menopause related thing or peri. I think this is just a getting older thing, which I like talking about with you as well. But I've noticed how brutally fucking honest I've gotten in my aging process. So I used to sugarcoat everything for everyone because I wouldn't want to hurt their feelings. And there is no sugarcoating anymore. Um, I just blurt out the craziest things with my honesty. And I would never want to hurt anyone's feelings for anything in the world, but it just happens where I blurt out these like little honest bombs. And I feel more and more like grandma, and now I understand grandma the older I get. And this one memory comes to mind where this was in the 80s. It was like probably like 86. And you know, times were different back then. And I feel like most adults had dabbled in cocaine. It was like, it was just trendy to be really skinny. You know, it just was way different than it is today. And I was 16 years old in 86, and I was living with grandma and grandpa on and off. And I was doing something with grandma, and they had a scale in their bedroom, and I jumped on the scale and I weighed 140. And I got off it and I was mortified. I was fucking mortified. 140 at 16 years old when I was told I was supposed to weigh, 102 pounds or whatever. It was just mortifying. I would just like to say for our listeners that I'm 5'7" and I'm kind of big boned. I'm like just a larger type person, and 140 is actually like really fucking skinny for me. Anyways, grandma was like, "How much do you weigh?" And I was like, "Oh my God, I weigh 140. I just don't get it. Like, how do I weigh 140?" And grandma was like, "Well, gee, maybe it's something you ate, Winnie," and started cracking up. And I was devastated. I thought that was the meanest fucking thing she could have ever said in her life, right? Well, the other day, I was talking to Lacey, who, for our listeners, is my 26-year-old daughter. And Lacey doesn't have a car, and she has a 2-year-old son, and she walks everywhere. Like, she lives in a really little town, but she walks every fucking where. And she was talking about how she wishes she had a car and how hard it is walking all the time, and like how her legs feel like they're really muscular. And she's like, "Mom, like I walk everywhere, you don't understand." She's like, "I get up at 6 and walk Othello to daycare, then I have to walk home, then I have to walk to work, then walk home, and then I walk to his daycare again at 4 to pick him up and then walk home." And I just blurted out, I'm like, "It's okay, Bubba. It's keeping you from getting fat." And then I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I was like, "I didn't mean to say that." And she's like, "No, no, it's okay. I know what you mean." And I was just like, "Well, it's just you don't eat very good. Like, you eat junk." And then I'm thinking, just shut up, Wendy. Stop while you're ahead. But I just kept going. And it's just funny to me because I just don't hold back anymore. It just, these truth bombs just come out of my mouth left and right. And now when I look at some of the stuff mom has said to me, or grandma especially, like I just totally get it. I think the older you get, the less you give a fuck about hurting someone's feelings, and you realize like that's a sham, that's a trick. That doesn't matter. Like, why aren't we all just being honest with each other 100% of the time?
In response to the brutally honest thing, I agree so much. I was talking to Dad yesterday, and he actually really helped me. I bumped into my friend Carol at the gym for the first time yesterday in like 4 months, and I've seen Connie a couple times, and you know, I haven't seen him in a long time, so I've just been like giving it slack this week. But like Connie came up and interrupted me on machines like 3 times the other day. And then I saw Carol yesterday, and I just want to watch TikTok and listen to my music on the treadmill. Like, I just want to, I come here to get out of my own head. I don't mind being friendly, but ended up, I haven't seen Carol in like 4 months, so ended up, chit-chatting with her like 20 minutes or more. And then I just kept putting my headphones back in. And she takes it really personal. She took it personal that I wasn't even going to the gym. So we had that whole conversation like, it has nothing to do with you. This is about me. I even was speaking with Connie about it the other day, and she was like, well, Carol just feels like you don't want to see her anymore. And I was like, well, that's not my problem, Connie. That's Carol's problem. Like, literally said that. Is that Dad actually gave me really helpful information. He was like, just tell them that. He was like, you've created so many healthy boundaries for me, and you've helped me create boundaries with you and just other people in my life. And you just need to create boundaries. And I have tried so much with these gym people, in a nice way. But he was like, just put it down on them. Tell them, look, I need this time for myself. So if I'm feeling chatty, I will come up to you and chat. If not, I'm just gonna do the Queen's wave. Just the Queen's wave. And that is your signal to just back the fuck off and leave me alone. I am not in the mood to be chit-chatty. And I cracked up. But I think that I can say that, it's totally my personality, and just let them know, like, I just cannot be interrupted. I just need to do my thing while I'm in here. And you know what? If they think I'm a bitch, that's fine. But I feel the same way, and I know what you mean. And I think back to things that people have said, or, our parents or whatever. And when you really think about something, you if it's with the right people, with your family, you're speaking out of love. So you may as well just be honest. So I'm working on that too. And yeah, I don't know why it's so hard uh, to just tell people, just whatever.